This could define the season for some of these drivers in this race. It is a non-points event, but there's a lot on the stake in terms of the championship in this race. For some of these drivers, this is their last shot at a championship and getting into the postseason. This is the All-Star Open. The top 2 drivers in this race move on to the All-Star race for a chance to race for a free chase spot if they win the All-Star race. It's going to be a wild, interesting, and wacky race. Just no holds barred, 100% racing, no pit strategy, no tire wear. It's going to be a very interesting race here tonight to see who moves on to the All-Star race. Ryan Taylor has the best spot for this race. He starts on the pole. To his outside is the 47 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr. In third is Dale Lightning. Fourth is Adam McDowell, and Jake Galloway rounds out the top 5. Then we have Keegan Thompson in 6th, Greg Torres 7th, Derek Himmel in 8th, 9th place Tim Gary, and Mathis Wells rounds out the top 10. Then we have Roberto Rivera and Landon Lyons, along with Anthony Hernandez and Anton Charlebois. Then there's Oliver Galloway and Diego Yepez, Jacob Davidson with Joe Jefferson. Then we have Lawrence Palapon, Levi Shones, and Justin Lightning as our 21-car All-Star Open field here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's get the command to fire these engines up. We'll see who races into the All-Star race.
Start your engine!
And these 21 drivers are fired up and ready to get going here to race into the All-Star race. 21 drivers are off the starting grid for only 14 laps here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. It's a short sprint race. You either have it or you don't. Can Ryan Taylor, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. They start right now in the front 2 positions. At the start of the race, they will be the ones that advance to the All-Star race. As we mentioned, the front 2 finishers in this race move on to the All-Star race, and then a third driver moves on for the first time in Gatorade Cup Series history. A fan vote winner will move on to the All-Star race and be the 24th driver to battle it out for that chase position. The pace car to pit road. Who's going to make it to the All-Star race for a shot at the postseason? To the restart zone. 14 laps here at Homestead. Taylor steps on the gas, and we're racing in the All-Star Open. Ryan Taylor leads from the poles. He pulls away from Galloway to turn 1. Jake Galloway to the final transfer of position to 2nd. Greg Torres 3rd. Here comes Tim Gary for 4th. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is 3 wide in the middle lane. Now that's Keegan Thompson to go 4 wide back there. Himmel, big move on Keegan Thompson and Dale Lightning down the back stretch. Now, one thing to note here, all 4 Roush Fenway racing cars are in this All-Star Open. That means that max 3 of them could get in. Down the front stretch, Dale Lightning nails the outside wall, side by side for the lead. Ryan Taylor, Jake Galloway, who's inside. Greg Torres in 3rd. He takes it 3 wide to the bottom lane. 3 cars for the lead, 3 wide off turn number 2. Tim Gary, the 26, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., where do they go? Staying in line for now. Fitzwater trying to get by the 26. He's going to put him 4 wide for 2nd. Fitzwater tight and backs out. Gary now through to 2nd. Those are the 2 that would transfer. And we still don't know who has the fan vote. We're going to check that after the race. So far, no word on who the fan vote winner is. 11 to go here at Homestead. Greg Torres, Tim Gary, battling for the lead, side by side. 3 wide further back in the pack. Some great racing here at Homestead, as it always is. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in 3rd. The legend of NR2003 has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Here he's now trying to get into the All-Star race or the Open. For 2nd, Yepez and the A7 coming as well. The A7 stays in the middle lane trying to get a run right there, but Fitzwater's going to grab 2nd on Greg Torres. Down the backstretch. 3 wide back there, Jacob Davidson making moves. Davidson inside the top 10 in points coming into this race. However, that does not guarantee him a spot in the All-Star race. He has to get up there and manually fight. He has to finish top 2 or rely on a fan vote to get in. Still side by side for 2nd. Torres is blowing up from 2nd to turn 1. He gets the pie out of the way. Oh, and they're wrecking. It's Yepez and Jacob Davidson and Charlebois gets collected. A crash. And it's a few cars that are not getting a shot. Keegan Thompson, Anton Charlebois, Greg Torres, Jacob Davidson, Diego Yepez. They're all going to be out of it. 3 cars pull away. We're racing back to the caution flag. Galloway trying to get to 2nd on Fitzwater. Down the front stretch. It is Gary and then Fitzwater. As they wrecked Front of the field, Torres blew up from the second position. Yepes trying to avoid it, gets into Davidson, and all these cars go for a slide and damage in turns 1 and 2. And we already know a few names that will not be advancing to the All-Star race. Let's check out what happened. The caution is out here in the All-Star Open. Here it is, coming down the front stretch at the start-finish line. Torres right now battling with Fitzwater on the outside for a second, and right here down the front stretch, the engine just grenades. Let's go. He gets up high, does a great job noticing as he's starting to slow down. He gets up high. Yepes trying to cut down low. Davidson too fast into him. And right there, anti-drop on nowhere to go, gets collected as the A7 comes back down. The double zero shouldn't have too much damage. Right there, the 6 King and Thompson will get hit pretty hard by Yepes. So I think at least 3-4 drivers are going to be out of this race and not have a shot. Anti-drop on could be fine. Just depends on how heavy he hit that outside wall. But yeah, Torres did a great job. There's nothing Torres did wrong here. The engine blows up. He's up to full speed, but he pulls high once he starts slowing. And then Yepes tries to get down front of Davidson, but the 99 is not lifting. This is not a race to lift. If this was maybe, you know, a points race where Davidson needed points, he probably would have lifted. This is a race where he has to go for the win or second to possibly get into the All-Star race. But now he's all torn up, and we know a few names which will not advance to the All-Star race. Tim Gary looking pretty right now, though. He's been out front for most of this race. He'll stay out on the racetrack. Obviously, if there's no pit strategy in this short 14-lap event, it will be Tim Gary and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the 2 transfer spots once we get back going here at Homestead. This is a really, really big restart for these drivers. There's only 4 laps to go here at Homestead, and the top 2 advance to the All-Star race. It cannot get any better than this in the Gatorade Cup Series. Greg Torres, Diego Yepes, Keegan Thompson, Jacob Davidson, their chances are done. 3 of them out, Davidson's a lap down. So we know 17 cars do have a shot. Anthony Trouble on the lead lap. It'll be interesting to see if that double zero is up to speed or if he is slower due to the damage he suffered in that spin. Tim Gary has one of the transfer positions to the All-Star race. He leads right now. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. holds second. Jake Galloway third. Ryan Taylor, Lawrence Pallenpon, Roberto Rivera, Levi Shones, Landon Lyons, Joe Jefferson, and Mathis Wells. The season for these drivers could be decided on these final laps. Green flag back in the air. 4 laps to determine who makes the All-Star race. And for some of these drivers, this is their seasons. This could be Ryan Taylor's season. He's going for third. Lawrence Pallenpon with him. Taylor grabs third as the front 2 try to get away and stay single file. Down the back stretch. 3 to go this time by. Cars breaking low. Pallenpon to 4th. Shones for 5th. Fitzwater for the lead. Can he shuffle Tim Gary out of there? Zachary Fitzwater Sr. going for the point. Ryan Taylor 3 wide in the 09. Start on pole. Here he comes to the bottom 3 wide. Pallenpon with him in the 24. Ryan Taylor holds the spot now. Lawrence Pallenpon trying to get to second and get that second spot down. Gary down line 4th, but Schultz gets down to the bottom lane. Now Pallenpon gets beat the 09. 2 to go this time by. Car staying out because Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is to pit. The 47 pits allows our front 2 to get away. And now it's a 2-car race. Tim Gary can get up there in third. 2 to go, 3 cars to settle it for these front 2 positions. Pallenpon takes over Ryan Taylor. Now Tim Gary in the 26. Can he get up here? White flag this time by in the All-Star Open. It's Lawrence Pallenpon, Ryan Taylor, Tim Gary. 3, and the yellow is out. The caution, they infracted 1 and 2. Back in front, side by side, Ryan Taylor over Lawrence Pallenpon. And at the white, the yellow is displayed. It will be Ryan Taylor and Lawrence Pallenpon to advance through to the All-Star race. Wrecked was Justin Lightning and Roberto Rivera. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. clogged up the field. Joe Jefferson also damaged. It was Fitzwater that clogged up the field due to his issues from the top 3 position. But at the stripe, it is official. Ryan Taylor beats Lawrence Pallenpon back to the stripe by 5 thousandths. So it'll be Ryan Taylor to start 22nd in the All-Star race. Lawrence Pallenpon to start 23rd. We're still waiting on word on who the 24th driver is to make the All-Star race. That is the fan vote winner. So as they come down the front stretch, checkers and yellows are out. It's advancing Ryan Taylor and Lawrence Pallenpon. They're in through to the main event, the All-Star race. Checkers are out. Ryan Taylor advances from the pole with Lawrence Pallenpon. The question is, who got the fan vote? But first, the crash with Justin Lightning and Roberto Rivera to bring out the caution which ended the race. So this whole pack was really clogged up due to the 47 Zachary Fitzwater Sr. with all of his issues Roberto Rivera's in the middle of all this. He kind of gets squeezed up by Adam McDowell, up into Jake Galloway and Joe Jefferson to get hard to the outside wall. The 12 Rivera comes down into Justin Lightning, spins them both around. The yellow comes out as a few cars get hard damage in this. Jake Galloway, Joe Jefferson, Roberto Rivera, and Justin Lightning. And that's just a shame. There you go. All this racing couldn't end it under the green flag. This pack was just so clogged up due to what happened with that 47 that there's no way they're going to make it 2 laps, I don't think. The intensity level is picking up because these drivers need everything they could get. So as the race is official, it's over. Ryan Taylor beats Lawrence Poundman back to the stripe by 0.05 of a second. Those two will be the two to advance through to the All-Star race and have a shot for that free chase spot. Now, looking at the results here for the fan vote, the 24th and final driver to advance through to the All-Star race through the fan vote is Jake Galloway in the 11, the most votes, 6, as he gets the fan vote. Jake Galloway is the 24th and final driver to advance through to the Gatorade Cup Series All-Star race for season number 8. So we know our 24-car field. Who's going to get the free chase berth? Who's going to win the All-Star race for season number 8? Can someone save their season by winning this race? We'll find out later tonight as we get ready for the Gatorade Cup Series All-Star race from the Homestead Miami Speedway.